I got a clip.
Oh,
I just saw. I was gonna start the show off differently in a more tasteful way, but I just saw this, and if I saw this, you guys have to see it. Pure cringe from, you named it, Blizzard Entertainment. One clip of Soldier 6'7". Guys,
I get it.
guys, give us 67 reasons why we should put this emote in game.
I get it.
God.
6 and 7, right, guys? What's the emo? Oh my. Next topic.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, cringe as always. I don't know. They're going to sell that costume, the 6'7" costume. It's just a swap of the numbers, and it's going to be like $20, dude. Meme edition. What are we talking about?
Damn, is it really going to be a pay-to-purchase costume?
It's Overwatch. I don't think... There's like no... if I remember right, there's only like a handful of free costumes. You have to grind really hard to get the premium ones, or you just get like the palette swap.
During most collaborations, haven't they released like at least one of those skins for free?
It's not free, but it's like stupid cheap. If I'm I don't know. I don't care. It's been so long.
You give up your life, your blood, sweat, and tears for it, or you're just gonna drop $20.
Yeah. Anyways, I saw this other tweet today. The only thing I really had to say about it was you had to be there to appreciate shit like this. And the tweet was, man, Naruto would have been so cool if blank happened and this was the image that was presented with the clip. What a classic banger. It's even in high res, so bro went to the source to find the Akatsuki Naruto drawing from back in the day. So fucking cool, straight out of like 2007. The retweet said, "This is fucking lame and stupid. What are you talking about?"
This is fucking lame and stupid.
It's so dude. It's so cringe. It's based.
Yeah, and like reading the replies, people are saying, "Yeah, why would he join the group that's hunting him? This doesn't make sense." First of all, these guys don't know what they're talking about. Secondly, yeah, these are like a bunch of Zoomers that they weren't here, man. They don't get it. They don't get like seeing this raw image back in the day. In this high quality, we didn't see it this high quality, bro. We saw blurry as hell.
The reason why it doesn't hold, like it's not as potent to them as it was to us, is because it's not being used in the AMV medium. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have trapped headstrong behind it. It's not being used in like any Adobe, so like they can like kind of move the joints around and kind of make clips. Like there used to be an art to this kind of stuff. Like that's where like the whole nostalgia of it is, dude. Like when people used to make their fan art and then put that raw feeling behind it, like we want to see this version of Naruto beat the fuck out of somebody like Itachi or Madara or some stupid bullshit. Like, it's not just enough.
Let me tell you guys, this guy really gives Blood Edge the Griffin vibes.
I always love it's just Vash, but it's purple. Yeah, they didn't watch those window movie maker videos on YouTube back in the day when this image of Naruto was cropped and it was squished so it could fit in the 4x3.
It looks like he's got curse marks along with the seal from the Kyubey.
You're asking the questions, Oscar. You're asking the right questions that we were asking. We didn't have access to Japan like we do now. We didn't know what this was. Come on.
This is the 6 tail form because there's six locks of hair coming out.
No, these kids are spoiled now. They're like, oh, we know it's fake. We didn't know it was fake. Yeah, I just miss these days. There's one account that he draws like Dragon Ball AF shit. Like during and in that era too, so like a bunch of like there's Demon Vegeta and shit like that. I'm glad there's people like this out there still. And he posts the same image 3 times, one in high quality, one with like a CRT filter, and one in low res. So that way, you get all the experience from it.
I'm still looking at Blood Edge the Griffin on images.
Are you finding the high quality ones?
They're so good, man. Cold Steel the Hedgehog versus Blood Edge Griffin in Death Battle.
Are both of them wearing Jinko jeans?
I think so.
OC characters with Jinko jeans.
Oh, he only shares 2 images, not 3. My mistake.
Oh,
fuck yeah! I fucking love this. Hold on. This isn't what I'm talking about, but this is awesome. The artist name is Xandar Thunder. He's from Mexico, so you already know. And this is some DBAF image he posted, and it's just so fucking funny. It's great.
Oh man, this takes
Oh,
me back to
yeah.
middle school.
The Super Saiyan God with the Aztec silver hair
Are
and
these
stuff.
taped?
Super
So
Saiyan
good,
5, dude. Yeah, they're taped on there.
I always like the ones where it goes back full circle and their hair goes back to black again, but like their eyes are like
Oh,
totally like
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, evil Goku, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Xandar with the Z? Okay. I thought it was with an X.
Yeah, Xandar. No, I know. It should be.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Goku Dios Dragon versus Broly Super Saiyajin 4 Legendario. They don't understand it these days, guys. That's what I've been getting at
They
this
don't
whole
make
time.
them like they used to. Back in the day, all you needed was an empty notebook and some different colored pens, and bam, you got your Dragon Ball OC.
Dude, Super Saiyan 6 is just Super Saiyan 4, but the fur and hair is gold. It was fucking great.
So good.
What a time. Oh my god, what am I looking at here? Super Saiyan 5 through 10. Fuck yeah. Oh man, and this guy, what is this? I don't even know who this is. Oh, Leon Atlas is some OC character that's Super Saiyan X.
Oh, yes. This is exact. He has the stars on his chest. That's fucking perfect, dude.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Hell yeah. This
Oh,
is the
yeah,
kind of
he's
shit to
one.
make your mind just like, oh, he probably absorbed the power of the 4-star ball. That's why he can reach new heights. Dude, he's wearing Jinko jeans.
Dude, his arms are so huge.
I drew this guy back in the day. I swear to God, I got so good at drawing veins when I was smaller.
It was an art form, man. Anyways, that's my rant for the week. You guys could take the floor.
That was pretty good.
Why don't we get into some One Piece? There has we went over the SBS last week, I think, right? We talked about Frankie and Queen.
No, we didn't talk about it.
We didn't?
I mean,
oh my gosh.
So I've brought it up on the show a long time ago when we got the Vivre card, which is where the question stemmed from. But it's more or less confirmed now.
The recent SBS. And one of the questions that came up was regarding if Queen is canonically Frankie's dad. Oda pretty much confirmed that it was. I think that although it was confirmed, it's not going to be stated in the show. I don't think that information is going to be mentioned or relevant at any point, especially considering that Queen is gone for the moment. You know, we always get some interesting lore from the background, and the SBSs are really cool. I've always been a big fan of reading those and kind of getting an idea of what's going on in the background. I also learned in that same SBS that he has like a book series, I guess, talking about all of these side characters, which I don't know if you brought that up before too, Danny. But it's like I think it was like I forgot what it was called. It wasn't the Vivre College, it was something else. But it would go over like all of the like it was like basically an encyclopedia for One Piece, and there were like 4 or 5 volumes. Seeing that I guess that, you know, that does also make sense too.
Yeah, it's fitting. It makes sense. I've seen discourse on Twitter saying like, well, the way Oda answered it, it sounds like he's just not really confirming it. You know, he's just trying to like, I don't know, be funny or something. And I'm like, I mean, it doesn't change anything if Queen is Frankie's father or not. You know, we've brought it up before. Everyone knows that like parents for characters are important. If like father son, mother daughter, but that doesn't really pertain to like their biological parents, right? Look at like Nami's case, for example, Chopper, you know, Sanji, more or less, even though he gets like, you know, he gets 2. Yeah, it doesn't change anything about Frankie's character and all that if that's his father. You know, it just makes sense that why he's so smart and stuff, you know, and it's also like fitting too of how there's a lot of, you know, reflections and a lot of stuff with Luffy's crew, with, you know, Joy Boy and with Roger. You know, like George Lucas loves to say during the prequels, like, you know, it rhymes, and that's what makes it great.
I did find them. They're called data books or fan books, otherwise known as. They're all authored by Ichiro Oda, and so far there are 6 books. So the one that was mentioning basically Frankie's past, like how he was born to it didn't outright state that he was born to Queen, but that he was born to a mad scientist and a pirate, right? And that was in the fifth
Mm,
Data book, and that came
yeah.
out in 2012. It's probably around the time. I think that was just around the time that Marineford was like either going or ending. I think, if I remember correctly.
Oh, like that
2000.
volume, or you mean that chapter where he says?
No, no, not the chapter, but just around the time frame of where One Piece was at.
You know, it's funny. I forgot to bring it up a while ago, but when you and me, Oscar, talked about the One Piece movies on the show, I went
Hmm.
to Book Off later that week, and I found the novel adaptations for the movies there. And I was
Really?
like, yeah, I was like, wow, what are the odds somebody brought these here? And like, I found them after we talked about them. But hey, while we're still talking One Piece here, you know, the news that shocked nobody, we got the cast announcement for Ace in the live action show, and it's none other than Blue Beetle himself. How do you pronounce his name? Like
Mr.
Zolo?
Zolo?
Zolo.
So, like Solo.
Yeah, XOLO. I mean, we knew this was coming. It was very obvious he was going to be Ace. It was like what, like last year or earlier this year, Inaki showed up to the set for Cobra Kai, and they were hanging out, and it's like, oh yeah, that's obviously going to be Ace right there, and sure enough, it is. My only thing is, why are they announcing it now? He's only going to be what, like a post credit scene for season 2, if that.
Well, if they've announced Ace, then I bet they plan on going as far as Alabasta, or at least to the cusp of Alabasta.
For like season 3 though. Yes, because we got the episode list that we brought up, like I think like a few episodes ago. It's only going up to Drum Kingdom. Like Ace isn't there at all, unless he's just gonna be in that flashback scene with Dalton when Luffy and the crew leave, and that's it. That unless they're gonna be changing stuff again and like try to bring him into the story earlier, which would be disappointing again, but I wouldn't be surprised.
We're all wrong. It's Sholo.
I guess we'll see how that goes. I wonder if Nami's gonna get sick the same way, or if she's gonna get sick some way. So, like, I noticed that she got sick on the island with the giants. That was like the point where she got infected, and then I think from there they're just traveling, and they were supposed to go directly to Alabasta, and then she gets sick, and then they detour to Drum Kingdom.
Yes.
I mean, I can see maybe if they wanted to shoehorn a couple seconds or a few minutes of Ace, like I can definitely see that Dalton flashback. Or just, I don't know, maybe like try to shoehorn into him like meeting Luffy at the same time or just happening to travel through that island. Which I guess like it's a thing. I'm trying to remember because I'm pretty sure that before they landed, yeah, okay, if I remember correctly, when they first get to Alabasta, they go to one city in Alabasta, and then they meet Ace, and then they like all get together, and then they separate.
Yeah.
So there's probably a couple ways to do it.
Which, you know, like if they really wanted, they were like, we have to have this guy play Ace, and he only has this window to film, and we won't get him for season 3, then I guess they're just gonna have to do that.
The only other interesting thing I found about the SBS that just came out, some little girl, I think it was a little girl, asked Oda if Jinbei's dick was blue, and he answered that.
Yep.
I didn't know that at one other point somebody asked how many dicks Jinbei had, which I didn't realize needed to be asked.
That's such a crazy question.
Oda was like, "There's 2 of them," and I'm like, "That's nuts." That I didn't see from an SBS. I just saw from like a One Piece fan post. But I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna run with it.
Yeah, I saw there was like another like silly question that Oda answered.
Ozoa poops.
I think I think it was that one. People were like, "Oh, finally we're back to the normal SBS." Yeah, I love how people just ask the dumb questions and he'll answer them.
Is it really a dumb question?
Well, I mean, like with like, you never know what Oda's gonna put in the volume, right? It could be from like, here is Kid's entire backstory to, hey, Luffy stretches. Does everything stretch? Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Right. And draws like a funny face. Did you see that they are making a Crash Bandicoot Netflix series?
Yes, I forgot to bring this up last week, but yeah.
I did see a thumbnail. I'm not sure if it's an official thumbnail.
I don't think it is.
I didn't think so either, but the render looks pretty good. Like it doesn't give me like that janky Sonic CG vibe, you know, like the one that they intended to use, the ugly Sonic. they're growing to the idea that if they're going to make CG characters of video games, that it's not going to be like completely real. There's going to be some distinguishable cartoonishness to it, even if you're going to apply like I want to say like CG effects, like an animated hair and fur and shit like that.
Well, it's going to be a CG show. He's not going to be in a live action scenario.
Right, it's CG. But you're onto something there. I'm not gonna lie. Don't disregard that idea. What if we take a guy in the old Crash Bandicoot mascot costumes, the one that they used to do for the commercials, and they just make like a live series based off that? Genius, $1 million idea.
Well, remember he came back.
That Crash?
I don't know if it was the same guy in the suit, but they brought that suit back for Crash 4. So the studio behind the Crash show are the people that did the Netflix Sonic Prime show. And I'm looking at Gerry over here metaphysically to see if he knows anything about this show.
I don't, unfortunately.
Perfect.
There's a lot of memes from. Is it the Sonic Prime? Is the one with the with like the whole messed up future and like the tails with like with the cyborg parts, right?
Yes, that's this one.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of the other one that
Sonic
was
Boom.
based off of the game. Yeah, Sonic Boom.
Yeah, he looks like Doc Ock
I
Tails.
have no idea.
You know, the first time I ever saw this version of Tails was from that card game on Discord. Like I thought it was completely fake. I thought it was OC. I never thought it was real.
Speaking of Naruto.
But yeah, this is him, dude. I forgot what his fucking name is. It's like
It's just Sonic.
no, this Tails.
Or, sorry,
this version
I mean,
of Tails.
It's just Tails.
Tails the Blood Edge.
It's called 9.
But there's only 8 Tails.
Jacksepticeye's in this.
Why is he
That's
called Nine?
hilarious. I don't know that.
He is?
Yeah, he plays a character called Jack.
That's funny. Well, this has more than one season. It has 3 seasons, actually. Wow.
I fucking love there's a section in the Sonic Wiki that goes over counterparts of Tails.
Mange Tails.
Mangy Tails, Blacksmith Tails, Sales Tails.
That's not the same voice actress, though, is it? No, I don't think so. I'm not seeing
I don't
that.
think so.
I have no idea. I will say the funniest thing about the announcement of this show was people freaking out on Twitter saying like, oh my god, is Adi Shankar doing this to Crash? Are we going to get fucking Rayman again? Like school shooter Rayman? And the answer is no.
Was Rayman ever that intense?
You never saw those?
No, I have to literally Google school shooter Rayman.
Okay, don't.
I'm taking you literally. Oh, an AI was like, "Hey, don't do that."
There's no connection between. Ari Shankar's animated show on Netflix, Captain Laserhawk, A Blood Dragon Tale or whatever. Rayman has an episode in there, and he's like a wash-up actor or something. I don't know what he is, but like you see him in his apartment, and he's eating sushi off of this naked, sexy cow, and they're talking shit about him on the news, I think. And he gets upset, so he slicks his hair back, puts a trench coat on, and goes into the studio with 2 shotguns and starts killing everybody.
Oh my god. Hold on. That's so intense, man. No, hold on. That's you're making it sound a lot better than what it's supposed to be, though. You really are.
Oh, he used to be a game show host. That's what it was. And now he's like washed up or whatever.
And he just goes postal.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I want to say this is the start of people realizing, like, wait, who is this? Like, what is this guy doing? This is awful.
You're telling me that this guy does more than just hunt these rabid rabbits?
Does Rayman even hang out with the rabbits? I thought that was Mario.
No, he's got his, like, I remember from, like, the...
Oh, yeah, it's a Wii game.
I played one of the Rayman games for the PS4, and he has, like, his gang, but I think the rabbits are just, like, some invasive species or some shit like that. And if I'm not mistaken, they have like some parallel dimension type shit that they can do.
Dude, what is this?
This is crazy. This is crazy.
I searched Rayman Rabbids and this image popped up.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
Despite how you feel, I enjoy Castlevania for what it is. I still haven't seen the second season of the Richter series. So I have to like go back and watch that. But aside from that, it's just like I'll have those few points to make where like I feel like the show kind of strays a bit from what it could have done or should have done. But
Hmm.
other than that, I'm pretty much here for it. Maybe I'm not the best person to have like an unbiased opinion of, because I'm of that opinion where I think that first version of Berserk that we got, like the CGI Berserk, was like something that was better than nothing.
Yeah, and you're
Many
very
people
wrong
disagree
for
with
that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
You want to know why, Oscar?
sure, yeah, tell me.
I'm going to bring another example to the table. Wheel of Time. Never got anything. There's like one pilot that we got, which was fantastic for FX. Never got greenlit for a show. And then there's like a fan animation. There's a fan movie from, I think, from the first book, which was good for what it is. There's been nothing, and fans have been wanting stuff for a long time. And then finally, we get the Amazon show, and we get the Agents of Shield guy Raffi to say like, "Don't worry, guys, I love the books. My family loves the books. Like, we're gonna treat this with respect." And we got some bullshit. You say it's better than nothing, but the issue with that is now that this show exists, if we're ever gonna get an accurate or even respectful adaptation of the series, we're not going to see it for another, 10, 15 years at best, if that IP is even worth pursuing again. So it was essentially like the only time, or this was the one shot that we had to get something good for a Wheel of Time adaptation, and now we'll probably never see it again because this show came out.
Right.
So by having 2016 Berserk come out and adapt that stuff, and they did it as horribly as they did, it sucks because we're never going to have an opportunity to see that again done professionally. Sure, I'm sure there's like a few exceptions, like Full Metal Alchemist, right? Like the fact that we got Brotherhood is crazy. The only other times we see like reboots and stuff happen is like, oh, it's because it's the anniversary and the anime aired like 20 years ago. So that's why it's upsetting when we see stuff like this. So like Devil May Cry, like what? We had a 2011 anime, and then now we have this shitty show on Netflix. So we're going to have to wait another like 13, 14 years for something good.
If anything at all, I mean, though, who knows? If they decide to come out with DMC6 and all of a sudden they want to do spin-offs of DMC6, and they'll probably try to make like OVAs or stuff like that, Because I can see that the brand is there, and whether or not they want to encapsulate on that however they can, there's always more room to disappoint you. Let me just tell you that.
Oh no, of course.
Right? Like I understand what you're saying for Berserk as well, and I don't entirely disagree with you. True, like for what you're saying for Wheels of Time, like yeah, we know how that works though. With big companies and studios, when they just sit on IP and they have to do something with it, and whether or not they decide to give that an actual shot or not, there's a good chance that even though he was talking you up, that project could have been doomed from the get-go, just based off how much real dedication they were going to put towards it. And I think that same way about the original Berserk, whether I think it was like what, 2011, 2016, I don't remember what year it came out. 2013? I don't remember what came out. The CGI one that I was talking about, the trash one.
Yeah, 2013.
Last thing I'll say about Berserk is I might have like real crazy high hope for this, like definitely out of reach type of hope, but depending on how this series continues, like whether or not they're able to maintain and get it back on schedule, like whoever's going to be directing it into that way, like if it still has a shot and it picks up any sort of popularity by the end, there's probably a chance that something might come of it. And I only say that because when we compare it to something like Full Metal Alchemist, like they did Brotherhood because Brotherhood was at that point, the manga series was like pretty much over, right? Even if they wanted to start Brotherhood from the beginning, like by the time that they were going to catch up to the manga again, the manga would have been finished at that point. So what they ran into for the first series is it wasn't going to be a recurring issue for Brotherhood. And I think that does make a pivotal point into whether or not they decide to put the money and energy and time back into a project like that. It's like, okay, well, people like Berserk, true. People also like Full Metal Alchemist, but at least Full Metal Alchemist is done. You know what I mean? Like we're just hanging on loose breath for Berserk and trying to figure out if they're going to draw him, whether he's on the boat or getting off the boat or anywhere in between, and of course it's just going to take more time, just more and more time. And at that point, it's just like any new studio can come out and say that they can do a good job. And honestly, it scares me to think of like something that we would get like for One Punch season 3. Like that was
Oh
just an
yeah.
utter shit show. It's a complete shit show. It's not going well. So badly in fact that I don't think I think you may have mentioned this last time. If not, the lead animator ended up deactivating his Twitter because of all the harassment that he was getting because of what they were watching for the first couple of episodes for season 3 of One Punch. I think from what you I always assume that when I hear something, it's always coming from Danny. But like from what I remember, it's like, he gave everyone like a heads up that it wasn't going to be good, but it still came out that way anyway. You know what I mean? It's like he's just dealing with what he had, and ultimately it still ends up being a shit show when it happens to you. Like I don't really think that there's much to hang on for in hopes of old series like that coming back. But like I said, I just have a crazy out of reach hope that at least for Berserk, in my heart of hearts, if it does get the traction it needs by the time if it ever gets back on track, is what I'd say. On the very strenuous stipulation that it does get back on track the way that it should, and we're not getting like 2 chapters every year, then something I think at that point would probably push the popularity on it. But other than that, no, it's probably dead in the water.
Yeah, just last thing I'll say about the topic is I don't know how it is for other companies that own IP and stuff, but like Harada is very open when it comes to like discussing stuff about Tekken and like the logistics, all the behind the scenes stuff. And when people always ask him about, hey, where's like the Tekken anime or a Tekken movie, Tekken show, like we want this stuff, where is it? And his answer basically is, we're really careful with the IP we have. It takes a lot for us to even get a discussion going with other people that approach us for stuff. And because that's not a medium that we're familiar with, we're very cautionary with how it's approached and like if the people that we're talking to are right or not for the job. So that's why we've never seen stuff like we saw. I think it was like 97. There was like an OVA for Tekken. And then the next thing are like those 2 live action movies that came out like years ago. And then, the latest thing outside of the Tekken company was the Netflix show. So I feel like a lot of Japanese companies probably feel the same way of like, this is ours. And yeah, like we're very wary with who we're going to give it to unless we know for sure that they're going to be doing a good job. And then if they don't do a good job, then that sets a precedent pretty much, and they're like, okay, well, we're going to hold on to this for a long time then until we're comfortable with giving out the IP again. Yeah, guys, Godzilla -1 sequel's coming, and we got a title for it, and I just thought it was pretty funny that it's -0.0.
The trailer looks pretty dope though.
Who's making these names, dude?
Well, do you guys know why it was called Godzilla -1?
Because it's supposed to be before, right? It's supposed to be like a reboot, or it's supposed to be like before the original or something.
Yeah, it takes place before the very first Godzilla movie, which is the first time it's happened. So yeah, that is why it's called -1.
-1 was in like 1944 or something, right?
Yeah, I mean it was post. No, was it? No, it couldn't. I thought it was like in like the early 50s because it's after the bombs drop.
1945 and 1945
45.
near the end of World War II.
Yeah, okay. Godzilla -0.0 is going to be taking place around the same time as the first movie or something.
I'm down. I'm with it.
Yeah, I mean I'm open to it. They definitely left some breadcrumbs for a sequel, whether people want it or not. So I feel like the census is very positive for a sequel. So here we are.
I was a big fan of the idea of watching Godzilla in a 1940s type era. Because like these days, if we talk about Godzilla movies like Godzilla vs. Kong and things like that, it's like, oh, humans have developed all sorts of technology to try to combat kaiju and do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, we didn't have shit. We had destroyers. That was like the up and coming pivotal thing for human engineering back then, was like metal ships in the water. Oh, goddamn, these things can destroy anything. Godzilla made work of those things within the first hour of the film. And I was like, all right, what else you got?
After watching the Reza arc in theaters, I decided to catch up to Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
Here we're at the part in the manga right now where a lot of it is actually coming to a point in the story where Denji turns around and he saves the day and all that. It really is like every girl he meets tries to kill him. Every girl he meets is a fucking devil.
And they always have him sweating.
His heart is always gooning for them. Just like the internet is for Rez, and honestly, I'm with them because I feel like she's the one that got away, but Asa is a close fucking second. So I laughed really hard when I got to the America part where America just found, rediscovered nuclear weapons. And that shit made me laugh so hard because she just stopped and she's like, wait, why do I remember? And then, fuck yeah, America just decides to remake like the biggest devastator known to man. Now everybody's afraid of war because of that. And Yoru, being the war devil, just like, nah, people are afraid more of war now than falling. So turn into clothes for me. And I think she just died, which is great. I think that's pretty good storytelling. The fact that America will just make weapons forgotten again just because we can. And it's coming to a final battle right now between Chainsaw Man and the War Devil. It's pretty cool, man. I lost my excitement for reading it, but then I found it again, like reading through the messed up uploads. Once I caught up, I literally sat down and read all of it until I was caught up, and I got mad that there wasn't any more. I don't know. I don't know how many more chapters we have till it ends, but I think it's ending pretty soon. Yeah, I can't wait, dude. The movie really made me hop back into the manga.
Yeah, I hate it when you love reading a manga and then you have to catch up and then you get pissed.
Yeah, bro. I had a feeling that we were done already, but apparently not. I like Rez, but Yoru knows how to use her power like really well. So she made a contract with the governor of California. Every time she dies, a citizen of California dies in her place, so she comes back to life. I would like to see this animated. If there was going to be another movie, this would be a good one. It just sucks that Nayuta was actually just dead. Like she's the one who actually had any sort of like. I mean, she was a devil too, I think, but the fact that like Denji was actively taking care of her and he wanted to live because he was taking care of her and all of her dogs and stuff. The fact that Fujimoto just took that shit away, I got heated when they brought her name up again, and I'm like, damn, that really did happen. They really just chopped her head off so that Denji can just become Chainsaw Man again. I feel like there's gonna be no happy ending for Denji, which sucks because there's a lot of good people. They all suck, apparently.
Yeah, I was talking to Grant the other night, and he said he started Fire Punch.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, Fire Punch is great. And then I just started thinking about that series. And then in tandem with like Chainsaw Man, and you're like, yeah, Fujimoto, like, yeah, he doesn't want a happy ending, man, in his stuff. It's just not on the table. You know what? Like, I want to say that's okay, but like, yeah, I'm like, you just feel bad for Denji at the end of it, right?
Because we all see ourselves in him.
Yeah, the whole journey, man.
I think I'm gonna watch the movie again because it really, fuck, man, it's actually really good. Like the animation was on point, and it really makes you walk out of the theater feeling more depressed about life. Being a manga reader, you really do find the pattern after that movie, and then once you know, like, see the parallels between that and then like the other different arcs in the manga, it's like, damn, Denji really is just taking L's left and right. It's crazy. There was a long while with Nayuta where he was just, I think he was just chilling. He's like, all I have left to live is these dogs, good food, and Nayuta. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, out of all the arcs to pick, like, that's probably the best one for a movie for Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, definitely. It really enhanced a lot of the panels. Like, I don't remember it being that emotional, but there's something said about taking good, like, not even continuing the story, just taking good arcs from the manga and then just putting it into a video format. It just really enhances certain parts, and this is where fucking like companies like Netflix and Hulu should do with like webtoons and other good pieces of manga. Like just don't start don't go chronologically. Like pick and choose the arc and then just follow through with that. I also finished the Benizakura arc from Gintama.
Yeah,
buddy. That was like one of the most intense arcs so far that I've watched. Even before that, there were a lot of good concepts that were brought up in the anime that have been that I've kind of been overlooking, but like during the moment I'm like, wow, this is actually good. Like they're making me They're just making me feel something underneath all these butt gags and penis gags. It's crazy. Like the guy who was pretty much in a fight club to take care of a bunch of these orphans, and then the Odd Jobs gang like pretty much took them out of their contract, and it's pretty good, man. It's making me like actually want to watch the gag episodes to see what sort of thing is going to be, like what kind of concept is going to be talked about. But like arcs like the Benizakura arc it's pretty good. The fact that we see Katsura, that dude with the Dio, that I don't know his name, but the Dio's voice actor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Shinsuke.
yeah. We see them all together in like their fucking classroom. How they're all just like they all studied under the same sensei, but then they all went their separate ways. It's fucking cool. I can't wait to see what else is gonna happen. I'm actually hyped for other arcs like this, because it's good when it's like during the opening they tell you like this is the final episode of so and so arc. I'm like, yo, I knew this was fucking hype for some reason.
Yeah, hey buddy, you're in.
I'm fucking in.
Yeah, fun fact about that arc, that was the first arc they made a movie for. They just compiled all the episodes, made the pacing a little better, animations a little better, and they added some new scenes too. I haven't seen the movie version yet.
Oh, so I can watch the movie for it now, huh?
Yeah, it's only an hour and a half.
I was wondering if like I can start watching a movie now. I guess I don't know if I have it. I think I might.
Yeah, I think for Gintama, there's no original movies. They're all just either compilations or adaptations. Yeah, there's like the 2 live action movies. There's the Benizakura movie. The what is it called? Gintama, the movie, the final chapter. Because they didn't. The anime ended before the manga ended because Sorachi was just, I don't know what he was doing, but he had to shuffle around to end the series. So they just got like the last part and just made a movie out of it instead of a show. Oh yeah, and then there's Gintama the Final that came out before that, and I think that's just a compilation as well, or if they just made a movie, I can't remember.
There's 2 called the Semi-Final, but they're specials, I think. I mean, I don't know. That's what this guy named them as. But yeah, I see the Benizakura. I'm gonna just read off the Japanese title. Kanketsuhen Yorozuya yo Iyenare.
So the final was a movie itself. It wasn't a compilation, it looks like.
I guess I'll just look up when is the right time to watch those. I don't want to get spoiled, Like if I really didn't care about the series, I'd probably jump into the movies right away. But there's a lot. There's some good stuff in here that's pretty good. Like there's that. Right now, I'm watching this episode where the ninja dude with the hemorrhoids,
yeah,
fucking delivering pizza to like this oracle girl. I think that's gonna be a good episode. I like stopped part way because I had to do something else.
Yeah, I like those kind of episodes like that, like little one-on-ones with characters you're not normally gonna see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with Gintama, man. There's a huge cast for that series. It's crazy. And then like seeing them like come back every now and then, it's like, oh man, this is awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling they're gonna bring back like old one-off characters. Like I saw in just like a cutaway scene, then like they didn't really have any dialogue, but I saw those sisters, the one with the flute. Like it's cool. It's cool. They remember some of them, but I have to say I'm probably not gonna remember the further the anime goes because there's gonna be so many other people.
There's like some firefighter chick that shows up pretty early.
I remember her. Yeah.
Yeah, like she'll come back once for an arc and actually has like a good amount of scenes, and then you don't see her again, I think, until like the very end of the manga, which was like like probably 500 chapters after you last saw her.
Yeah.
I haven't done much. I've been reading some books. I'm gonna talk about one when I finish it. I'm like 60% through, so hopefully next recording I'll be done with it. I did play this demo a while back I never talked about called Blades of Fire. It's kind of like a Souls-like game, but there is a lot going on. It's funny, like I have friends that always hate like Unreal Engine games because of how they look and stuff. And I was like, Unreal looks fine, whatever. Like you just have to know how to use it. And they're always like, oh, but the reused assets and stuff. I'm like, yeah. And then playing this game and looking at it, I'm like, oh man, I get it now. Yeah, this is like an Unreal ass looking game. Not to say like that's a bad thing, but just looking at it, you're like, yeah, this is what you would expect it to look like. Interesting fantasy premise. I believe like metal is banned in the world, and your character's like a blacksmith, and you talk to like the blacksmith gods, so now you can smith your own weapons. There's like a lot more extensive stuff outside the demo that I saw. You have to build your weapons, and they do have durability, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a smithing.
Yeah, the main gimmick is the smithing aspect. You go to the smithing dimension.
Oh, God.
And you get your materials to craft your weapon, and you can really go in depth with the customizing options of like where do you want the weight balance to be, the length, what the pommel is going to be, what kind of material you're using and stuff. And then once you pick all that with your schematics, you go to the forge, pick like the how hard and at what angle you're going to hit the hammer, and you're trying to match the outline of the weapon. And you have a certain number of tries to do it, and basically the better you're at it, the stronger your weapon will be, and you'll have more chances to repair it. Like the max I think is like 4 or 5 times you can repair a weapon before it gets destroyed. And I was getting lost at first, but after a while you kind of get the hang of it, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is like pretty cool. And then the other gimmick is the way you attack. I believe like dodge is like R2 or something. You use all the face buttons to attack, and like whatever direction the face button is, that's the direction you're gonna swing from. It's like up, down, and then left to right. You kind of get like a groove with it, with the momentum, depending on like what kind of opponents you fight, and then like you could switch between 2 styles of fighting. With a sword, you can either slash or stab with, and that'll change like depending what kind of armor an enemy has. Like it'll be more effective. So it was pretty fun. It felt pretty good. The bosses were challenging. There's like a mini boss where you have to like it has a regenerative property, so you have to cut him down quick and like sever limbs and stuff before he grows them back, or else you're just stuck in a loop.
Doesn't look too bad. I think I'm seeing what they mean about Unreal. Yeah, I have been playing Ninja Gaiden, but I think I'll save that for when Oscar's here. I'm already like halfway through it already, because I remember fucking almost everything. I forget Sigma changes a couple things, but it's not too different. I forgot you can use Rachel, the fucking big boober with the axe.
Yeah, Rachel's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Before we wrap it up, I do have a page to bring up. I found this guy like super early on. He's just slowly been growing. It's been great, and he's been getting better at it. The page is called Z7DuckX. 7 is spelled. He's just a dude whose goal is to do the Fortnite dance to every song, and it's great. And it's just funny because like he'll change the tempo up, and like he's like really into it, and he's always keeping a straight face too. It's funny. The one I'll share was earlier in October where he's dressed up as A-Train dancing to the A-Train GF song, and just like the amount of confidence he has, and he's hitting different emotes back to back too. It's so good.
Yeah, he really is. He hit that first one hella clean though.
Yeah, he has like an arc in his posts where like he starts twerking at the end too. It's always funny. And then he was he posts so many, like you gotta just like really find it. But he was at a club somewhere, and I think someone recognized him, and then he just started doing the dance at the actual club.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's at some show. That's what it is. It's great. Like he's just super vibing in there. Then everyone's just cheering on to the band behind him.
The default dance is so good. I keep trying to fucking do the Orange Justice whenever I'm at a rave.
I know, he's got me thinking like, man, I should try to practice this dance.
Yeah.
Man, he's like super clean with
We
it.
gotta do this at the club one day, dude. Just
Yeah.
synchronized.
So yeah, man, I'll have a link in the description if you guys want to check out all his vids. I mean, you know what you're getting into, but it's a good time regardless. And even some of the song picks he has are always fun and surprising too. And so yeah, with that, man, we could wrap it up for today. If you have any comments you want to leave, or you want to send an email, that could be over at unversedpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to bring it up on future episodes. And that's it, guys. We will catch you on the next one.
Catch us next time when we talk about hitting 90s with the pump shotty.